Hi, welcome to a special unfiltered wrestling podcast video. Earlier on in the week, we saw the wrestler Syko Stu, or known to his friends and family, Stuart Smith, violently attacked by MMA fighter Raja Jackson, the son of the legendary Quinton Rampage Jackson. This attack was both violent and heinous that it has led to an outcry by the rest of the world. Here, I'm going to tell you some of the facts of things that had happened. The event took place at Knox Pro Wrestling's live event on Sunday. This was broadcast live stream to many of their fans, and the result was witnessed by more than just those in the crowd. Now, it appears Stu hit Raja Jackson before the event with a can. Whether this was planned or not is unsure. However, this appears to have angered Raja Jackson and has led to his being allowed to give a receipt in the match. It is clearly seen that Raja Jackson gets up from his seat, gets into the ring, and lifts Stu in a body slam move. Now, this wasn't a basic body slam. It was more like an MMA pickup body slam. And in fact, you can actually see Raja Jackson not only lifts him into a body slam, he then swings him over his shoulder and sets up what is a pretty violent Alabama slam. His head is at the bottom of his lower back, and it is a full force. Now, anybody that knows this move knows you generally lower people down as you're going towards the bottom. But because there's a full whiplash motion, his head goes literally straight down. Now, again, Alabama slam should be caught on the shoulders, around the bridges, lowering some of that impact. It doesn't feel as bad. Steve catches it on the back of his head. It can be seen in the videos. They're quite violent, and because of this, you can see he is dazed immediately. Jackson then gets onto a ground and pound position and hits him at least 15 times in the head or facial area, and he throws more than 20 punches. It's at this time that wrestlers then try to drag him off, and it takes a good 5 or 6 with one wrestler holding on to the ropes whilst putting his shoulder almost into his rib cage. Stu is unconscious, and with anybody that would know, if you were awake and aware, you would be able to defend yourself or try to defend yourself. There is nothing. His hands do not move. The reason I stress this is because it gives you an idea of how bad this is. Now, after the event, Jackson then live streams his response, and his response is that he will take no more, we'll keep the word out of it, rubbish from anyone else, and they keep disrespecting him, so this is him getting his own back. It's also been reported that just before he enters the ring, he says, "They told me I can hit him once. I'm going to hit him more than once. Just you watch and see." Now, Jackson is a Kick live streamer, and Kick have actually removed his content from their platform as a result of this. This is very serious. The police force in the area are actually considering some form of legal action. Whether he gets arrested, quotes have just been like serious assault to possible attempted murder. It will be difficult to see. But this is something that the wrestling world needs to understand. If you bring in individuals that do not understand the business, there is a chance this could go wrong. Now, should Syko Steve I've smashed a beer can without letting him know. No. If you're going to do a stunt like that, you need to let other people know, because you do not know how they're going to react. Now, Syko Stu has been wrestling since 2009, and the 39-year-old found comfort in wrestling after he left the military due to PTSD concerns. He says wrestling has helped him through this, and his family are saying he is now in a stable condition and appears to be conscious finally. This is great news for the wrestling industry, as we don't need this level of negativity, and it has brought a lot of it out in people. Now, Jackson is an MMA fighter, and having, depends where you look, either 3 or 4 amateur bouts, winning all of his amateur bouts. He then stepped up to a professional round, bearing in mind he will have had the pressure of who his father is, and if we believe he only had 3 amateur bouts rather than 4, he won his first bout in May 23 to then lose his next fight August 23. He did not have another scheduled match until May 25. So there is obviously something there. His record is not good, so that would make him a 1-on-1, and this promotion would have helped him probably progress if he'd have worked it in an appropriate manner, but he obviously hasn't. And the fact that it takes so long between matches, yes, I understand it takes time to get through this, but it's not something that happens overnight. Now, Nox Pro have come out and said this should never have occurred. That is an official quote. They believe it should never have occurred. They've also said in the 17 years of operating Nox Pro Wrestling Academy, there has never been anything as heinous taking place as this, and we apologise to all our patrons and fans. You can hear in the video that there are screaming, either from young children or adults that just do not understand what has happened. The wrestling community doesn't understand that's what's happened, and it's generally been an outcry of he should be banned, he should be arrested, there should be some sort of punishment going along. But in a big surprise, WWE legend Rob Van Dam has actually come out in support of Raja. This isn't so much of a shock, as RVD can sometimes muddy the waters, and I don't think he fully understands everything. But again, these comments will do damage to him because of what has happened. I believe that he will have his MMA career will be looked into as a result of this, and this has a big time impact. What the impact on Stu is will define in this, because if he suffered from PTSD, there is a reasonable chance, from my point of view, that this will trigger him again because of the violent nature. Watching that happen just wasn't fun. Now, what we want to know is, should he be banned? Should he be looking at some sort of penal justice? Or was this just really an angle that went wrong? We wish Syko Stu all the best in his recovery, and we hope that he gets back into the ring as soon as possible. Hi, I've been Tim from Unfiltered Wrestling, and we'll speak to you later.